What's going on, my video viewing audience? Leonard Roy coming at you. And I was on this stream and a bunch of silliness happened when time could have better been spent having a logical conversation, but people rather be goofballs. They'd rather be goofballs instead of talk about anything of substance because they don't want to feel stupid. Now, there was this conversation going and it went into the Bible, which is a good story. It's an excellent story. Okay. Truth in it all? Nope. So there is not in my world. Now, they were talking about, animals and Noah's Ark. And I'm like, okay, Noah's Ark, 300 cubics long by 50 cubics wide by 30 cubics tall, which you could get those measurements out, the book of Genesis. And cubics during that time can be converted mathematically into sizes today. And it's like, okay, that's the size of the ark. Okay, if anybody knows anything about boats, they know the weight of the animals that would have been on the ark would not had float. Too heavy, just like an aircraft. You look at the movie American Made, when he was over in Colombia and they were loading up the doggone airplane and they were trying to tell him, oh, you still have room, put more bricks in. Hubie. And he said, it's not a question of room in the plane, it's a question of weight so that the plane could fly. Very simple. See? And the ark, the world was flooded and all life was eliminated, and then the water receded. Receded where? Where's it going to recede to? If you fill a glass up with water, where the water going to go? If you don't have some place to pour it where there isn't water. The whole globe was flooded, which means there's no place for the water to escape through. Unless what? Y'all Hugh Hefner on high, got a real big straw and drank the water? Yeah, see. And when you explain it like that, simple enough for a 5-year-old to understand, that's when adults get all in their feelings and stuff. And I'm sitting here like, look, you're trying to make sense of what sense cannot be made out of. You know? 2 animals each. Okay, fine. So I guess that's why you don't have all those animals that are native to Africa. They don't grow in the United States. Are pandas and koala bears native to the United States? Mm-mm. Not at all. Chimpanzees, orangutans, and apes and gorillas, all that, none of those animals are native to the United States. You got to go back to Africa for those. Zebras, you got to go to Africa. See? A lot of the animals that you get here, they were brought here from someplace else, imported. So, but they want to sit there too. And all I say is, look, when you were a child, didn't you believe in Santa Claus? Yeah, until you discovered as an adult that, or someone told you in the process of when you became a teenager or whatever, that's not true. Oh, okay. All right. Or you found all the Christmas presents in some closet or something in the house. Okay. The only difference between Santa Claus and Jesus is no adults told others the story is equal, one and the same. They don't really exist, right? And it's all out of fear. See, how do you keep a free society in check? Well, in the United States, you have all these whatever threats to fear that the government must save our nation from. Okay? And if that doesn't work, you got the Hugh Hefner on high, looking down low. Okay? So if that's all power, mighty, and saving, and this, especially black folk, they be all up into it deeply. All right? What about all the doggone those that were enslaved that got deleted via lynching or whatever? Okay? What about the humanity that was taken of the women by various men just because that's what they wanted to do? Where was y'all? Jesus is Savior, this and that. Where was all that then? Talk to me quick, don't talk to me slick. See? But, no, Leonard, you going to hell. And I'll get that a lot. It's like, okay. It's just like when I got a letter from school, I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade. I got a letter from school to bring home to today's standards to say I was being doggone disrespectful, disruptive in class as a teacher, right? My mother read the note. What did you do that for? I opened up the book and I said, you see this here? Uh-huh. Now, they said Christopher Columbus discovered America. Uh-huh. This book shows his travels and where he sailed to uh-huh. Isn't that Puerto Rico? Yeah, this is the United States, right? How you gonna discover something you never stepped foot on? Because I said that was another book that I read that talked about this Viking, Leif Erikson, that actually stepped foot on North American soil. 992, not 1492. Look it up in the book. Oh, see, I tell people, explain it to me like I was a 5-year-old. They can't do that. And that's the reason these people are half-baked today, all confused on everything and scared. Deuces.